Hey guys, it's Danny, and today I want to chat about willpower and intentions and how they can affect your health and weight loss goals. Now, for me, willpower is a tricky thing because I have found that most often willpower is an invitation for us to work against ourselves. Yes, the mind is very powerful and we can use it to do just about anything we want, but when the mind is not aligned with the heart, with your inner being, with your intentions, we're gonna feel like hamsters running around on that wheel because ultimately we're gonna be working against ourselves. This is the difference between pushing and allowing. Willpower tends to demand and bully and push, and intentions are more of an invitation. They are an allowing. Intentions leave room for us to figure it out. They let us be messy, they let us make mistakes, they are forgiving, they're understanding, they're curious, they're compassionate, and simply they are more reasonable, which is why I have found intentions to be much more effective when it comes to long-term change. Think of it like this. Willpower comes from the head, intentions come from the heart. So allow me to give an example. I'm going to share a personal story with you guys. After summer was over, so this is pretty recently for me, I was ready to get back on my routine, back to schedule, and I decided I was going to get super fit. I was going to kick up my fitness notch. I was going to take it to the next level. I was really going to go for it. Now, mind you, this was much more of an aesthetic goal than it was a health goal. And just for the record, guys, there's nothing wrong with having aesthetic goals. You just have to check in with your why and make sure that it's aligned with your intention. Having flat abs, six-pack, round booty, it should be like having a great pair of shoes. They look great, they're fun to have, but it means absolutely nothing about you and your inherent worth and value. I know for many women and many girls, this messaging gets very cloudy. It gets meshed together because we're constantly hearing that looks and value, value and looks and value, they become one. And I know for me, that's very much what it was when I was growing up. So for me, that's what this aesthetic goal was representing. It was an old belief system that sometimes resurfaces when I'm not paying attention, that if my body looks better, somehow I will be better. I'll be more valuable, I'll be more worthy, I'll be more, you fill in the blank. So off I went following my fitness routine, which had me in the gym about an hour and a half, 4 to 5 days a week, and that does not even include the recovery time and the appetite that I had from it. I was tired and sore probably 23 and a half hours a day. Now, my inner wisdom, my inner voice was speaking to me during this. There was definitely an internal struggle going on. Part of me was saying, hey, you know what, this is too much. This is not for me. I'm not feeling great. My body is tired. It feels heavy. I actually gained 4 pounds in the midst of all of this. My body felt really tight. And then there was this other voice that was like, hey, you committed. We're going to stick this out. This is what it takes. You got to push through. So ultimately, I was sticking to the plan regardless of what I thought or how I felt about it. And this is what I always say to you guys, right? Is use plans as a guide, not a strict rule. I was using it as a rule, which ultimately is a form of self-abandonment. It's like, I'm gonna ignore everything I've got to say to myself because I'm sticking with this guy. So on I pushed, and just for the record, that's exactly what it felt like. It was a push, and it was stressing me out, which was, hello, a red flag right there, but I kept on going. Week 2, week 3, and then all of a sudden, rounding out of week 4, boom. I aggravated an old back injury, which was a slipped herniated disc, and I was out of commission. Now, this was really, truly a gift for me because I felt like it was the only thing that would have actually slowed me down enough to listen and pay attention. It's like my little inner wisdom was saying, hey, look, if you're not gonna listen to the whispers, Dan, we gonna scream. My body and my being were trying to tell me one thing, and my mind was trying to tell me another. But remember, guys, my mind was being driven by fear. It was being driven by this old belief system that somehow, my body wasn't good enough, and therefore I wasn't good enough. So we have to remember that our brains are like a computer. We feed it the message, it runs the program. program. It doesn't care if it's aligned with your heart or your intentions or not. It's like a servant, right? So we have to stand watchman at the gate of that brain and make sure that we are feeding in the proper program. We have to make sure that the program that we're feeding it is aligned with our inner selves, with our hearts, with our intention. If your goals are driven by fear, I'm not enough, I'm not okay, then the destination is going to be the same. The journey informs the destination, right? So we cannot stress and push our way to healthy and happy. It just doesn't work that way. And I think it no coincidence that I slipped back into an old mentality, and the only thing that could catch my attention was a slipped disc in my back. So this entire experience has me rewriting my intentions with exercise and movement in my life, how I want it to make me feel, what my intentions are, and why, you know? I mean, honestly, for me, I want my exercise to give me energy. I want it to make me feel light and agile. I want to feel strong and flexible. I want to have a sense of balance, right? So I have to make sure that whatever exercise, whichever actions I put into place, right, they have to be aligned with those feelings, because that's what will get me where I'm trying to go. When you step outside of your own truth, your own intentions, and you try to get there another way, you're never ever going to feel in alignment. This is when we say, like, we feel out of the flow, right? We have got to pay attention to what we desire from the journey. So I wanted to invite you guys to join me and rewrite, or write, depending on where you are in your journey, your exercise, food, or health intentions, whatever is at the top of your mind. If you were to drop all the rules in your head, everything you read in the magazines, everything that all of the health gurus tell you, what is it that you already know for yourself? What is it that you already know you would like to be doing that you're not doing right now, right? How do you want to feel? What are your intentions and why? Take some time to think about it. I really recommend that you journal it out, play with it until you come to that space that feels good for you. And then only from that place, when you have aligned with those intentions, can you create the action plan. And the only way to know if that plan is working for you is to check in every week or so and see if it's aligning with how you want to feel with those intentions. So I would absolutely love it if you guys would share this video with anybody else who you think can benefit from it. And I would love if you would come on down to the comments below and share your own experiences, thoughts, and intentions with me and everybody else, because I think it's really important that we all know we're on this wild ride together. Not one of us is alone. And I like to use the comments as a place for us all to be kind, to be supportive, and to connect. And for any of you who might need or want more support on your own personal health, wellness, or weight loss journey, I do one-on-one coaching, and you can learn more about it on my website, cleananddelicious.com. It's basically exactly what we're doing here. We just take a deeper dive together. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Dani Spies. I will see you back here next time with some more food for thought. Intentions leave room for us to figure it out. They allow us to be messy. They allow us to make steaks. They allow us to make T-bones. Having flat abs or a round booty.